Woodbury, New Jersey. My question I would like to direct to Commissioner DeSilvio, and that is, what is your position on the Gloucester-Camden line as it is planned today? Are you for it, yes, or against it, no?
Good question.
That was asked at the last meeting. I'll answer it again. The current route, I do not agree with. All right?
Should I take that as a no, you're not for it?
I am not for the current route. No, I'm not.
Okay, because changing the route is tantamount to an act of Congress, so I think it's safe to assume that no, you are not for it, and unless it's completely redesigned and revamped. Is that correct?
Well, there's a place for it on Route 55 in the middle of the median strip. It was built for that. So I don't know why you got to destroy communities in order to get that done.
Okay.
So I'm for construction. I'm for mass transit, I guess you could say, but I'm not for the current route that they have now. Not for the middle of not for the middle of towns. No.
Okay. And so, all right, that answers the question. No, you're not for it, which we need to
Stop trying to back them into a wall.
Be respectful. All right. I got my time at the microphone. You can please keep quiet. I was quiet for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Same question to Commissioner Conwell, please. Are you for or against the Gloucester Camden line as it is laid out right now today?
You can check the minutes. My statement's on the record.
That's okay for repeat here. Wasn't that
That's
okay?
fine.
Pardon me?
I'm okay, thank you.
No, I'm asking you. It's a pretty much a yes or no question. Can you answer? Yes or no? So is it safe to say I will not get a yes or no from you on this topic tonight?
There's already a statement on the record. If you look at
I'll take that as a no.
It's right here on the minutes.
There's a lot of deflection there. It's a pretty easy question, but thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
You're familiar with the question, right?
Maureen McCabe.
How you doing? Patrick Duff. I'm an investigative reporter, independent investigative reporter in New Jersey. And obviously this is a pretty big story, but media here, and what a bad example you're setting for government tonight. I mean, if your constituents say they have a question and you don't know the answer, well, you can find out the answer a lot easier to your constituents from one phone call. You know, say, I don't know, let me write that down, and at the next meeting I'll answer the question. But as to the canine and what's happening, I actually, when I do my it's called Rabble Rouser, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, doing work in Delran, exposing corruption in Delran and Medford, all over the place. This guy here, he's the Woodbury City Council president. He was the worst to speak over people while they were speaking, literally yelling at me while I was trying to speak. You got no right to say that. This guy literally created new laws so a black man and a Muslim couldn't open a dispensary in town. All right, so that guy. But as the dog. Well, the reason why, don't worry, I will. The reason why I came is because there was so much chatter online. And I noticed this, that there's these bullies that show up online, but they never come to the podium. Do you? I see you back there, snickering and laughing at the death of dog. If it was your political opponents, I guarantee you'd be up here yapping. The partisan crap needs to stop. When somebody's hit wrong, they're wrong. The dog's dead. No investigation needed. It's dead.
The waste of money.
Yeah, it's 25 grand just to train a fire dog, an arson dog like that. 25 grand. Right? So that's out the window, right? But the fact is, the dog itself can't sue, right? The dog doesn't have a voice. And for anybody to not want to, let's just say like this, if I did that, I'd be in jail. And the investigation would go on, why would I sue my dog? And the truth of the matter is that any investigation that is going on, it can be made public what has been found thus far. You don't have to say we have to wait for the investigation to be over. I mean, I'm an investigative journalist, so I get stuff all the time. So here's my suggestion to you. What you should do is do like he would be a normal citizen. You should arrest him, charge him, let him out, and have the investigation be a criminal investigation, because that's what happened. If a person set fire to a house, or let's say they were smoking a cigarette, and they went to sleep and they were drinking, and that house caught on fire, and somehow the police dog, or a canine went to the scene and died, that person will be charged with that canine death. So stop the partisan stuff. You know, the partisan politics needs to stop everywhere. If somebody's wrong in your party, then they're wrong. You know, if somebody is doing something that, and this is often what I try to say to politicians, once you're not here, these bad policies and these unethical behaviors that you allow to exist, it's only to come back and bite you in the ass. Trust me, you're a citizen too. So you want to be able, number one, you want to be able to have transparency, and number two, you want to have accountability. And right now, you have zero. I've seen zero at this meeting, and that is sad, Mr. Mark. And lastly, I'll leave with this. Oprah requests, right? When somebody sends an Oprah request, Woodbury, by the way, is the worst with Oprah requests. The worst, okay? We want to know what happened. And you don't have to send an Oprah request and wait weeks, sometimes months to find out what happened. Do your job as elected officials and give your people answers.